Douglas Murray denounced Hollywood and released horrifying new details about Hollywood celebrities that have done immoral things, and they don't care at all. Douglas Murray revealed what he has seen throughout his life about what these people are really saying about normal people. When there are no cameras, when they're enjoying their lives in their luxurious yachts and private airplanes, and they don't care about the ideology that is destroying the country while their bank accounts are getting bigger and bigger. Then Douglas Murray brutally criticized Kamala Harris for including Hollywood celebrities in her campaign, that it was the biggest reason why she lost. According to Murray, they are watering down the importance of cultural issues and instead focusing on ideologies stemming from woke culture. So let's start from the beginning. So Murray shared a lot of very interesting details about Hollywood and very interesting things that they are doing in Hollywood that has nothing to do with moral behavior. And he was very honest about what he knows. And now it's a fact that after Donald Trump won the 2024 US presidential election, many celebrities turned to social media to show their shock and disappointment. Some even promised they would leave the country if he was reelected. Their comments were met with both support and criticism from fans and the public. Some celebrities made dramatic statements, saying they would move away from the US for good, while others mentioned quitting Twitter. Many of them seemed frustrated and in disbelief that Trump still had such power in politics. And these reactions to Trump winning were really strange because celebrities made it seem like it's something dramatic happened, when in reality, nothing has changed in their lives. Of course, they continue to live their luxurious lives. All these reactions were just weird videos to watch, because following the election, a number of celebrities posted emotional videos, clearly upset by the result. Some were crying, unable to believe that Trump had won a second term. Artists, actors, and public figures voiced their concerns about the direction of the country, often framing their reactions around fears for marginalized communities, climate change, and democratic values. These emotional responses, often trending under hashtags like #election2024 and #NotMyPresident, highlighted the deep political divisions in the US, as some celebrities described feelings of devastation and uncertainty. Murray responded and mocked these types of messages, explaining how they are wrong and dishonest. And Murray explained why this happened. Why Trump won and Kamala lost? Murray criticized what he called wasteful woke nonsense that had dominated political discourse, especially in the media and among political elites. Murray argued that the Democrats misunderstood the importance of cultural issues in people's lives. During the conversation with Sky News, he said, "It's laughable and tragic. But really the Democrats should have a look at themselves, even before getting to the Kamala disaster, and say, what were they doing? What were they thinking? What's wrong with this party?" According to Murray, these issues were deeply felt by everyday people, even if they were often dismissed by political elites. Then he added, they wanted to come in with, first of all, a resounding victory. When Trump's team said to me at the Madison Square Garden event a couple of weeks ago now, that they wanted not only to secure a victory, but such a decisive victory that it would include the popular vote. I thought, well, sure, everybody would like that. And according to Murray, it happened because of weird woke agenda of some Democrats. Murray also criticized the Democrats for what he saw as a shallow approach to campaigning, pointing out how their strategy relied heavily on identity politics. He said, highlighting how the Democrats reduced serious issues to identity-based appeals rather than addressing concerns about borders and government waste. He added they thought they could take these votes for granted by playing the identity politics game, but the public wasn't as easily swayed. And this conflict between Murray and Hollywood and woke culture is not new, because it started 2 years ago. That's when in 2022, Douglas Murray mocked the current state of Hollywood and the broader cultural climate. He criticized the hypocrisy of the entertainment industry, stating, "I'll never be able to get over the sheer joy of watching Hollywood, sitting there when someone denounces somebody else on the stage and giving that first understanding 15 minutes later." Murray pointed out how Hollywood, which often preaches messages like love is love and empathy is your answer, is quick to ignore or dismiss real instances of violence and hypocrisy when they occur, revealing the disingenuous nature of the industry's moral stance. Murray also mocked the broader societal impact of this trend, particularly how public figures are now forced to navigate a landscape where free expression is increasingly suppressed. He referred to incidents like the assault on comedian Dave Chappelle during a performance, commenting that a performer is incapable. They've managed to suppress free expression so much that the performer is going to be sweating before they walk on stage. Murray ridiculed how the fear of backlash has created a culture where artists are hesitant to speak freely, even the most prominent figures. Criticizing the self-importance of actors, he expressed sympathy for Chappelle and other performers, noting that their bravery in continuing to speak out is admirable, but also highlighted the emotional toll it takes. Murray remarked, "I think he seemed visibly shocked by the amount of pushback he had got. He observed how Chappelle, despite his courage, seemed caught off guard by the intense backlash, which culminated in the violent attack." This, according to Murray, represents a larger issue in today's culture, where the line between free expression and violence is increasingly blurred, and performers may feel constantly at risk when they step on stage. The conflict got even worse when, in the same year, he discussed and mocked woke culture in one of his interviews. Murray commented, "Free speech isn't just about saying whatever you want whenever you want. It's about fostering a culture of open dialogue and debate," emphasizing that free speech allows for diverse perspectives, even if they challenge dominant ideas. He warned that, when you start censoring speech, you're not just silencing one voice, you're silencing everyone who disagrees. This idea echoes the warning about censorship in authoritarian regimes, where speech control becomes a method of maintaining power. He further expressed his skepticism about imposing a singular worldview on society, stating, "Trying to push everyone to adhere to a single set of beliefs is a recipe for disaster." He advocated for a more nuanced approach to issues, which took into account the complexities of human nature. For instance, in his critique of cultural values, he highlighted the dangers of imposing Western ideals without regard for the histories and traditions of other societies. He cautioned that this kind of cultural imperialism could lead to misunderstanding and conflict. And today in 2024, conflict got even worse when Murray spoke out against woke culture in Hollywood. Then he responded to Hollywood icon Robert De Niro, who made strong statements about Donald Trump's return to the White House, warning that it would lead to the loss of freedoms and fair elections. He said, "Trump to White House? You can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted." He continued, emphasizing that Trump would never leave office, stating, "I can tell you right now, he will never leave." In response to De Niro's remarks, Douglas Murray criticized the influence of celebrities in politics. He questioned, "What is somebody like De Niro thinking of? What does he think his role is in society?" Murray acknowledged De Niro's acting talent but expressed frustration with his political commentary, calling it tedious and boring. He also emphasized that trying to please everyone like celebrities are trying would result in pleasing no one, particularly when it comes to comedy and acting. Murray argued that comedy and acting often deals with important issues, and sometimes irony may be lost on certain people. He stated, "You can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise you'll be doing nothing." And for now, there's no reason to believe this conflict will end anytime soon, and we can certainly expect a new chapter in the ongoing conflict between Murray and Hollywood in the near future. And that's it for today.